Hello and welcome to our presentation on our program, Msci Construction Project Management. I'm the program director, and in this presentation, I will aim to give you general insight and an overview of our program. Hopefully, at the end of the presentation, you will have a clearer view of what the program offers. But however, if you still have any questions, of course, we'll be happy to engage you further, either at one of our open days or just simply contact us. I'll be sharing some contact details at the end of the presentation. Hopefully, by the end, you'll be better equipped and informed about the suitability of the program in relation to your next steps in terms of education or just generally career. So now let's look at what we'll be covering in the presentation. I'll give you a program overview as well as discuss the aim of the program, discuss the key features and structure, and discuss some reasons why prospective students may choose the program. Hopefully I'll also give you some insight into construction industry, because ultimately this is the industry that the program prepares you for, and the majority of our graduates do end up in construction careers. My name is Abdul-Majeed Mahamadu. I'm an Associate Professor of Innovative and Industrialized Construction here at the Bada School of Sustainable Construction. I'm Program Director for the Msci in Construction Project Management. And so generally my duties include looking after aspects of the admissions, as well as just generally coordinating activities around the program delivery. In terms of my professional experience, it's mostly in road infrastructure sector, where I have worked both as project manager as well as cost manager. I'm also a chartered construction manager. I continue to provide consultancy as well as research and innovation services for different projects or construction organizations and clients. My research interests generally lie in the adoption of emerging digital technologies for improving construction and the way construction projects are set up as well as delivered. So let's go into our program overview. Firstly, I'll explain what construction project management is for those of you who might not know. Construction project management, I would say, is central to the delivery of all built assets as well as infrastructure. And some of these infrastructures support basic services such as housing, transport, water, or it's through that means that a lot of the landmark buildings and infrastructure that characterize our cities are built. The development, maintenance, and operation of such facilities involve intricate amount of processes and interfaces between different organizations, professions, as well as systems. And what project management does is that it provides the platform for managing these interfaces through planning, organizing, and generally provision of leadership. So, as you know, you may be aware, construction project management, therefore, or construction project managers will therefore need a range of skills, knowledge, as well as tools to enable them manage these dynamic and complex construction environments. And the primary aim of our program is to develop these skills in our students, who ultimately are future construction project managers. In terms of the structure, our Msci is a unique offering of construction project management education in the sense that it's an integrated degree. It therefore offers the opportunity to combine both undergraduate and master's level studies in one degree. And the key distinction between an Msci and an MSc is that MScs are postgraduate only degrees, whereas an Msci integrates both undergraduate and postgraduate level studies in one degree. The Msci structure has therefore allowed us to extend a standard bachelor's degree program from 3 years into a 4-year degree structure. And in the additional year, you would have the opportunity to take level 7, which is postgraduate level modules, as well as do some independent research. Ultimately, this extended structure provides us a space to incorporate a lot of modules that are designed to extend your knowledge in the strategic management as well as leadership within project environments. On the basis of this, our program aims to develop sort of the next generation of construction project managers through a unique course offering that focuses on the idea of industry transformation. In addition to industry transformation, the program is underpinned by other values And this includes a commitment to embrace sustainability and related concepts, as well as, acknowledge the role construction plays, or construction project management plays, in minimizing the impact of construction on the health, safety, and well-being of workers, as well as stakeholders involved in the process. And lastly, we're designing a program that would ensure that our graduates go out into industry and provide an environment that is founded on the principles of equality, diversity, as well as inclusion. Some of the other core concepts of industry transformation that would be the focus of the program is digitalization, industrialization of construction, smart automation, as well as reliance on data to create intelligence necessary for improving industry performance, as well as processes overall. All these would be delivered, of course, together with core project management skills, and generally in 5 compulsory module clusters, primarily in the first and the second year. Then as you progress to the third and then the final year, you would have an opportunity to also choose some optional modules. The optional modules are primarily in 3 module streams, and these are actually based on the recognition of diverse aspects of project management practice, as well as associated career pathways. For this program, the 3 areas are project and program management, real estate management, as well as design and technology management. And you would have options to choose modules in these specific areas of specialization in the 3rd and in the 4th years. Students might elect to go out on a placement year, which would essentially extend the degree from 4 years into a 5-year program. The placement year is between the 2nd and the 3rd years. Placement will generally offer students an opportunity to engage with practice, where they can test some of the concepts discussed in the classroom in the real world. As a leading built environment faculty, there will be plenty of opportunity to interact with our partners and collaborators, some of whom are industry leaders, and hopefully some of these interactions will lead to either placement opportunities or future employment opportunities. So let's have a little bit of a look into our module clusters. So as I mentioned, there are 5 compulsory module clusters. In the industry module cluster, we will outline the nature of construction industry, its history, its structure and makeup. In the management module stream, we will introduce you to principles of project management, its evolution, the management of people, resources, as well as the underlying theories of management, as well as leadership. In professional practice, we will give you insight into key areas of professional practice in construction and the intermediating role of construction project managers. The technology cluster or module stream will introduce you to the technical and engineering principles of design and construction of buildings, as well as give you hands-on experience on the use of technologies, tools, and techniques, as well as software for the design and management of construction processes. The integration modules would primarily be in the 3rd and the final years. They will be compulsory, but aimed at pulling together all of the numerous strands in some team work-oriented modules. And these are the 3 optional module clusters, which would also allow you to specialize in a particular area. So students who would specialize in project and program management will generally take modules that would advance your project management knowledge and skills towards more strategic leadership. And students in the real estate management cluster, these would be modules that are designed to improve your knowledge on the project management's role, or the project management's role in the context of commercial management and operation of built assets. And in the design and technology cluster, this would be primarily suited for students who have developed an interest in engaging further with some of the construction technologies that are used for building buildings and infrastructure, or the technologies used for managing the process. And so people in the students who elect to choose this cluster will have the opportunity to engage with these concepts a bit more. So this is what the module structure looks like in the 1st and 2nd years. you will be taking 8 compulsory modules each year, generally around the compulsory module clusters. Examples of modules would be project and program management, introduction to law, which is very essential in construction project environments. You might also be looking at data and digital delivery, as well as construction materials and methods. In the first year, you'll be introduced to the concepts and you build on these concepts in the second year. Then students who elect to go out on industry placement can go after the second year and then come back to complete year 3 and year 4. This is what year 3 and year 4 look like. In year 3, you would be taking primarily 4 modules. 2 of them would be compulsory and 2 of them would come from your area of specialization. And then if you progress on to the 4th year, you would have 1 compulsory module and 1 module from your area of specialization, in addition to a dissertation module. Some features include you would be based in central London on our Bloomsbury campus, so you'd have access to our extensive campus and all of the facilities that it comes with. UCL is expanding outside central London, so there are new facilities being built in the east of London. And of course, as a UCL student, you will still have access to all of these state-of-the-art facilities that support your learning. What's our approach to teaching and learning? You will benefit from small group teaching due to our generally small cohort sizes, not only in terms of how many students are on our course, but how we design and develop our tutorials in a way that allows plenty of opportunity to engage with staff as well as other students, and also that creates a more active learning environment. We are a research-intensive university, so a lot of our teaching is research-led, as well as problem-based learning, as well as based on problem-based learning. And generally, we tend to engage our students in some of the cutting-edge research that's taking place within our school and generally in the faculty. It's worth noting that our faculty was ranked number 2 in terms of research power in the UK in the most recent Research Excellence Framework assessment of UK universities. Also, 93% of our research was classified as world leading or internationally excellent. And so you would have the opportunity to engage with members of staff who are at the forefront of this thought leadership and also cutting edge research. Following UCL's connected curriculum guidance, we emphasize a lot on inclusive curriculum design, which also offers you a variety of methods to suit different learning styles of students, but also a variety of methods that are tailored for the topics that we will be treating. Now, just as a recap of the key features of our program, it's a 4-year integrated degree program, which means it combines undergraduate as well as postgraduate level studies, benefit from world-class education in a world-leading faculty, and learn about some of the cutting-edge research that's leading into construction industry transformation, including concepts in sustainability as well as innovation. Have the benefit of studying in the center of London with proximity to a lot of very interesting major projects, as well as proximity to some of the key industry leaders in terms of companies and professional institutions, most of whom have offices in London, more so in the center of London. What would the industry look like for a graduate from this course? There are a variety of different career pathways, some within construction organizations who deal with the building process, some in consulting organizations who deal mainly with the management of the processes, or you could be with client organizations in the public sector or the private sector, or work more in property and real estate, where you're looking at sales, facilities management, as well as the management and operation of built assets. Generally, project management is a well sought after skill, and you learn a lot of transferable skills, which actually means you can excel in any industry. And it's worth noting that project management is becoming one of the most important ways that all industries are using to deliver and manage their operations as well as projects. So this program doesn't only prepare you for the construction industry, but gives you wide-ranging skills that are applicable in any other thing that you'd be choosing as a career after studying on the program. I think this brings me to the end of the presentation. Thank you very much for listening. Do definitely get in touch if you've still got some questions, especially if you've got admissions or entry requirement type questions. Then I would encourage you to contact my colleagues in admissions. I've got the email up on the slide. Generally, you can follow updates on our school on the social media handles that I have presented on the screen as well. And thank you very much for listening, and hopefully we will hear from you